Hello, myself Jitesh, and today I will tell you how to call external REST API in Spring Boot project. Okay, so let's start. So basically, there is a two approaches, even maybe more approaches, but two are the most common approaches. The first one is REST template, and second one is web client. And I also tell you what is the difference between REST template and web client. So basically, nowadays REST template is deprecated. Why? Because this is the synchronous call. Synchronous call says once your data is not till the return, it is waiting for your data. It means it is a blocking. You block for the particular region where you don't want to stay. And web client is asynchronous, or you can say non-blocking solution. I am telling you one scenario. Let's suppose you are the boss and you have a person under you. You have so many tasks. Okay. Once you have a task, you want to delegate, you want to call someone to do this work. Okay. So once your employee or your candidate is doing work, still you are waiting. It means you are blocked here. But what you want? Until he is doing some task, I can do some other stuff. That is the approach we are following into the web client. So let's go into the example. Okay. So for your convenience, I have already created the classes which is required here. For example, we have another service. Which type service is present? There is a capital showing from the countries in the world. How many countries? Basically, there is a open API. Open API means there is a API which is publicly available. You just copy and hit. You will see this data is showing in my screen. Okay, where the showing countries and its capital and also some ISO values. This is the public API available. The same way you are also creating your APIs. Okay, as I shown you in the last, we have created employee API. Okay, so now your task is you need to call this API into your application. How you do it? It means you need this data. How you do it? We have two approaches. First one is REST template and second one is web client. REST template is an easy way, but this is deprecated due to some concern, or in the modern system it is not using because of the blocking thing. So we have a web client. Web client is an advanced and non-blocking solution for latest APIs. Okay, so first of all, what we are doing, simply we have created one controller. In the controller, we created the web client instance. This is the web client instance and web client builder. Basically, web client builder, it's a builder pattern which returns web client object, which return web client object. So you can see now web client builder. This is the basically web client builder dot build. It returns web client object. Okay. Once it is returning the web client object, we have a get. It says, hey, this web client, give me the object. This is the object it is getting. This is the request header URI specification. Basically, this is type of the object it is creating. Okay, for the get means this is the get method. This is the web client. This is the web client What is web client? This is the web client. Web client is interface. Web client is non-blocking reactive client perform HTTP request by the web client interface. There is an implementation which is implemented internally. So this is the web client object. Web client call a get method, with the URI. Which URI? This is the URI we are passing. This URI, this is passing, but we have base URL also. So we are passing base URL plus URI. Okay, so base URL plus URI, and then it's retrieve means call the service, and body to mono. What is body to mono? Body to mono says I will return. It says for the time being I am bypassing your values. Once it is getting the object, string will inject all the values into mono. So this is called a non-blocking example. Okay, so we are executing this application. But how to web client will include, because of I updated one pom.xml. What's update in pom.xml? Update is, this is dependency. We need to add one dependency. org Spring Framework Group ID and Spring Boot Starter Web Flex. Spring Boot Starter Web Flex. How you add it? We added by spring.io. If you open spring.io, we basically Spring Initializer. If you open Spring Initializer, we have a Maven project. Same. You did it, change it, and here add dependencies. Once we put the web, we have two web dependencies. The first one is Spring Web. This is the normal Spring Web. But second one is Web Flex. This is the reactive programming. This we need to include. Once you include this one, it will add here. A dependency. Okay, it will add dependency into pom.xml. So later we can use it. Okay, so in the external API call controller we created by the web client. So let's just test this service. Just test this controller. You can say this application. Okay, so in the main class, right click run as Java application. Once we run, okay, so you can say starting school application. Okay, you can see now starting school application. This is starting school application. Okay, so at the last moment I tell you the some H2 database implementation that is also included here. Okay, we don't want to touch that things, but I added new folders. Here you can send a school.example.external API call. This is new folder. I added this class. In the this class, this is the way we calling web client. Web client got your body to mono. Okay, so now application is started. Let's test this one. Let's test this application. So localhost colon 8080 white labeling. It's showing error because there is no path matching with this. Even error is also not matching. So it is showing white label error page. Okay. So what we have, this is the URL. I copy it and then slash paste it. What should return? It should return same data which I API called. Okay. So now it is hitting same thing. You can see now this is returning same data. Okay, so this is working fine. Later we want to use this data so that we can use later by the your communication purpose. Okay, again now we can use rest template. So rest template is very easy. Okay, rest template, creating the new object rest template, then rest template get for entity. This is the get object. Get for entity, we passing the URL, and what is the response class? Response class is root I created. So here we returning same by the rest template. Okay, I copy it, I send it, I hit enter. You can see this is also returning the same data. It means both URL, both API are working fine. Okay, so some keynotes. How we know? We created this class very quickly. There is a online tools available where we just copy this data, and put into some free tools. Free tools what? JSON to Java converter. JSON to Java converter. You can see now this is the tool available. This is tool available. Here I control V, paste and convert. Once it is convert, we will find respected class. We will find respected class. The same class I put copy paste here also. You can see now this is I paste copy paste here. If you want to put more than one class, don't put public. If you put public, it will show return. Return says public type must be defined in its own file. Okay, so I am not using this one public. I just control S. Okay, so what we learned today? We learned two things. First one is REST template, and second one is WebClient, and also we learn how to convert JSON data to Java Pojo classes. This is the Java Pojo class, and also what uh, update in pom.xml we have added WebFlex dependency. We added WebFlex dependency. Okay, let's add this project into GitHub. Let's add this project into GitHub. Okay, so you can easily see this code. Okay, so I am closing all these things here. Closing. Open my GitHub. Okay, open my GitHub. This is the GitHub, github.com. We already created repository for the school. This is the school. We previously created the, so same same uh, this Git repo we can use for this project. Where my project is located? My project is located here. My project is located here. So this is the school project. This is the school project. We want to add here git. Okay, so let's git bash here. Open the git bash here. Git bash here open again. So what's command we need to add? We need to get init. First we need to get init. Paste get init. So it is initializing get. It is initializing get. It will create .get folder. It is created .get folder. Okay, then what command we need to add? We need to add git add all the files. git add dot. What we need to do? So you can see all these things. What we need to do? Git add all the files. Git add all the files. I added git all the files. It will add all the files which is required. Okay, now what is next thing? Git commit minus m. This is I'm showing commit message. What commit message? Spring boot project. I add. Okay, I added message. Git commit. Okay, then what we need to do? Git branch minus capital M main. I added git branch. Okay, main branch I added. Now added git remote add origin, and this we need to copy. Just copy it, and so here control V is not working, so we need to put paste. Okay, make sure the other things are will not add, because then it will disturb your functionality. Okay, git remote add origin, and then your path of the git path. Add it. I added. Now what need to do? Git push minus u origin main. Git push minus u origin main. Okay, enter. Now it's added all the files in this repository. So it is created here. It is added all the files. You can see now. Refresh. Now all the files added here in the src. You can see under main, under school, these are things, and example external API call is also added. So I will share this URL with you, so you can go ahead and see this. Okay, I am sharing this URL into the below comment section. Okay, so we added this project into Git. So that's it for today. We will see next topic in next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.